He lies down on the lap of Sesanag. From his navel sprouts a golden lotus flower on the stem. And on that lotus, Lord Brahma is created. I can understand that you are the same Supreme Godhead. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are not devotees cannot understand the different forms of Lord, of Vishnu and their positions in regard to the creation. Sometimes the atheists argue, how can a flower stem sprout from the navel of Garugata say Vishnu? Why not? Why not? What is the difficulty? Why he cannot? If he is the Supreme Person of Godhead, is he limited to anything? Is there anything he cannot do? Why not? He can do anything. Is it only lotus that can come from there? Many things can come from there. Many things. Well, it's not the only thing. They consider all the statements of the Shastras to be stories. As a result of their inexperience in the absolute truth and their reluctance to accept authority, they become more and more atheistic. They cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But a devotee like Dhruva Maharaj, by the grace of the Lord, knows all the manifestations of the Lord and their different positions. It is said that anyone who has even a little of the Lord's grace can understand His glories. Others may go on speculating on the absolute truth, but they will always be unable to understand the Lord. In other words, unless one comes in contact with a devotee, it is not possible to understand the transcendental form or the spiritual world and its transcendental activities. My Lord, by your unbroken transcendental glance, you are the supreme witness of all stages of intellectual activities. You are eternally liberated. Your existence is situated in pure goodness, and you are existent in the super soul without change. You are the original personality of Godhead, full with 6 opulences, and you are eternally the master of the 3 modes of material nature. Thus, you are always different from the ordinary living entities. As Lord Vishnu, you maintain all the affairs of the entire universe, and yet you stand aloof and are the enjoyer of the result of all sacrifices. Lord Krishna is called Triadish. Because he's the master of the 3 modes of material nature. He's the master of the 3 planetary systems. And he's the master of the 3 Vishnus. So his name is Triadish. And Dhruva Maharaj can testify to that by his own personal experience of what he is seeing. He is talking about the person who just standing before him is talking to him. So what he is saying is what he's seeing exactly in the personality of God who is just standing before him. So he's simply saying what he's saying. Like a sculptor. he gave a sculptor a chunk of stone. He's going to produce a very beautiful deity from it, right? Why will he do that? Why is he able to do that? He's already seen. And what he is seeing in this chunk of stone, he's not seeing the stone as we who have no experience of carving doesn't have. So we don't see. So this is what his Prahlad is, Dhira Maharaj is doing. So he's seeing the Lord directly and he's just talking about it, describing him. As a sculptor can see that in the stone or the wood. So then he will carve everything like that and bring out what is inside him. This is the experience the Maharaj is having. So a non-devotee who does not have the mystery of the Lord will never have the blessing or this fortune to be able to understand the supreme personality of God. Only when Krishna revealed himself to a devotee, then one will be able to see him as he is. In Bhagavad Gita, what is it? 1154. What is it? 1154. Bhagavad Gita 1154. Bhakti Vaibhava Sakyam. With the translation? Get it out.
My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding.
Only in this way. Which way? Undivided devotional service. Thank you. Undivided devotional service. One can enter into the mysteries of understanding of Krishna. Not by wise, not by studying, not by mystic practice. It is not. By bhakti. One will enter into the mystery of understanding of Krishna. Yes. Lord Krishna has all the 6 opulences in full and beyond comparison. He is a master of the material nature. His intelligence is not broken under any circumstances, and he stands aloof, although he is a maintainer of the whole creation. I said it in the Vedas. Nityo Nityanam Chetana Chetananam. The Lord is the supreme maintainer. Every living entities, all living entities, living entities are meant to serve him by offering sacrifices, for he is the rightful enjoyer of the result of all sacrifices. Everyone, therefore, should engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord with his life, his riches, his intelligence, and his words. This is the original constitutional position of the living entities. One should never compare the sleeping of an ordinary living entity to the sleeping of the Supreme Personality of God in the causal ocean. There is no stage at which the living entity can compare to the Supreme Person. Not sleeping is called Yoga Nidra, mystic sleeping. When we sleep, it is ignorance. We don't produce anything wonderful. You don't produce anything wonderful when we sleep. When the Lord sleeps, He's creating varieties of universes. That is the Lord. That is the difference. Varieties of different universes, planetary system, with everything complete. So Lord Brahma said it is mystic sleep, not ordinary sleeping. My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always 2 opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Their multi-energies are constantly manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of the material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Dhira Maharaj therefore offered his respectful obeisances to the impersonal future of the Lord. One who realizes this impersonal Brahman, impersonal future, can enjoy the unchangeless Brahmananda, described here as spiritual bliss. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura described that this impersonal future of Brahman manifestation of the Supreme Lord is meant for persons who are essentially very advanced, but still not able to understand the personal futures or variegatedness of the spiritual world. Such devotees are known as Jnana Mishra Bhaktas, or devotees whose devotional service is mixed with empiric knowledge. Because the empiric impersonal Brahman realization is partial understanding of the absolute truth, Dhira Maharaj offered his respectful obeisances. He appreciates the Lord, therefore he can offer obeisances to any of his forms. This is an appreciation of Krishna by Dhira Maharaj. An advanced devotee can understand the Lord and his creative energy. As soon as one accepts the creative energy of the absolute truth, the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are also understood. Devotees who are still further advanced in full knowledge can understand the transcendental passings of the Lord. Only on that platform can one fully enjoy transcendental bliss. An example is given in this connection by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura of a person proceeding towards a destination. As he approaches, he sees the destination from a distant place, just as we see a city from a distance. At that time, he simply understands that the city is situated at a distance. When, however, he comes still nearer, he sees the domes and flags. But as soon as he enters the city, he sees various parts, gardens, lakes, and marketplaces with shops and persons buying. He sees varieties of cinema houses, and he sees dancing and jubilation. When a person actually enters the city and personally sees the activities of the city, he becomes satisfied. That is when one realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not just his Brahman feature or his Paramatma feature, but when he realizes the personality of Godhead. My Lord, O Supreme Lord, you are the supreme personified form of all benediction. Therefore, for one who abides in your devotional service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus feet is better than becoming king and lording it over a kingdom. Is this condemning himself? That is the benediction of worshipping your lotus feet to ignorant devotees like me. You are the costlessly merciful maintainer, just like a cow who takes care of the newly born calf by supplying milk and giving it protection from all attack. Dhira Maharaj's realization. The great saint Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, when Dhira Maharaj, who had good intentions in his heart, finished his prayer, the Lord, the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, who is very kind to his devotees and servants, congratulated him, speaking as follows. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Vidaham Tivyavasitam Hidirajanna Balakan Tadvaya Chami Badramti Durapam Api Subrita. The personality of God has said, my dear Dhira, son of the king, you have executed pious vows, and I also know the desire within your heart. Although your desire is very ambitious and very difficult to fulfill, I shall favor you with its fulfillment. All good fortune unto you. We should expect this. We should expect this, that we should also get this blessing. All blessings upon you. We should expect this. Christian, you should expect to hear this also one day. You know, that one day Christian will speak to us like this. All blessings upon you. I'm pleased with your service and your friendly dealings with your God brothers and God sisters. And God brothers and God sisters don't mean your descent spiritual master with you. It means every devotee in this country. He's a God brother, he's a God sister. Every devotee. You should be friendly with everybody. So Christian will tell us like this. We should have a determination that whatever happens, I must continue my devotional service to the end. Materially speaking, it's common sense. We say a person who fights and runs away is complete. A person who fights and runs, is he complete? No. You will stand to fight again. A person who fights till the end, what happened? We don't have fight again. We don't have anything again to fight. And there is a verse like that in Bhagavatam. Very nice. Popular one. Popular was quote. What's that verse? Tate tukam. Read the verse. Read it. See, read it. Very nice. This sloka, this just one sloka. Anyone who understands it and follows it, you become a pure devotee. Just this sloka alone. If anyone understands it, read it, Prabhu.
My dear Lord,
please listen.
My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim.
Make sense? We should be patient, tolerating all, whatever you think, whatever you call it. Just tolerate whatever it is in our Christian consciousness. That is insult, whatever you call it. Just tolerate it, just wait. At the same time, just be grateful that yes, I will get the mercy of the Lord. He said what? The kingdom of God becomes our rightful claim. Our rightful claim. This becomes our property. We have right. So anyone who gives up Krishna consciousness will not get this. For whatever reasons we have, if we give up Krishna consciousness, this benediction is not in our head. But once we persevere, when we continue sincerely, fighting till the end, the kingdom of God becomes our rightful claim. It's not bluffing. This is not a just a gainsay. Just think about this alone and follow it. Our sources in Christian consciousness is guaranteed. Be able to tolerate everything because now we have the proper understanding. Whatever has happened, this is Krishna's costless mercy for me. So let me tolerate it. But I should not just be tolerating with some inconvenience. Let's just follow it nicely. Accepting that this is Christian's mercy for me. If you have this consciousness, this is Christian's mercy. The kingdom of God is our rightful claim. Just that. Just be patient. Swami told us like that. You should be patient. Patient. But enthusiastically execute our duty in Christian consciousness. Krishna will give the kingdom to us. It was true that at heart, Dhira Maharaj wanted a kingdom that would be far better than Brahmaloka. This was a natural desire for a Kshatriya. All a Kshatriya. Srila Prabhupada told his American devotees, if you don't think big, then how you are an American? Is it not? How are you an American if you don't think big? And he told his son, Dhira Maharaj, you know, this Bombay case is a hopeless situation. And you know that I'm always hopeful. I'm always hopeful. We should be hopeful in Krishna consciousness. Scientific hope is here, not just a vague hope. He didn't say that just wait for me, you'll get it. Krishna gave some activities for us to do there. So it's not a vague promise. He gave us something to do, right? This is a spiritual hopefulness. The message to be hopeful that I will get it. Krishna will give it to me if I simply follow the formula as he's giving it here. So this is not just a starter prayer. This is the spirit of a devotee. A devotee should think big. To go back to God, is this a small thing? Is it a small thing to go back to Godhead? Is it cheap? It's meant for Mahatmas. Those who think big for Krishna. So Prabhupada says, suppose a government park in America, and he told the devotee, go and tell the government to donate it for us. Imagine. Let's imagine. Yes, you donate it. It's too big for Krishna. So we should think big for Krishna. He was also only 5 years old. And in his childish way, he desired to have a kingdom far greater than his father's, grandfathers, or great-grandfathers. His father, Uttanapad, was the son, Manu. And Manu was the son of Brahma, or not Brahma. Dhruva Maharaj wanted to excel all these great family members. The Lord knew Dhruva Maharaj's childish ambition. But how was it possible to offer Dhruva a position more exalted than Brahma? The Lord assured Dhruva Maharaj that Dhruva will not be bereft of the Lord's love. If you ask the Lord for material things, it does not disqualify us from developing pure love for God. It doesn't disqualify us. Rather, it's a chance for us to get purified and come to that stage of developing pure love for Krishna. And Krishna will not, you come to me with material desire, you're not a pure devotee. Krishna will not say that. He wouldn't say that. He give it to us. He will give it to us. We have done to Dhruva Maharaj. So Krishna is very, very kind, very kind. He's speaking very lovely here. He encouraged Dhruva not to be worried about about how his childishly had material desires and at the same time had the pure aspiration to be a great devotee. Everything depends on our fortune. When Dhira Maharaj was practicing the Brahmanical activities as devotee, did he get Krishna? No. He didn't get. But as a Kshatriya boy, he got Krishna. What all he desired. So what is wrong with anything that will eventually help us to become a devotee? What is wrong with it? Bona fide. Anything that can lead us to Krishna is bona fide. Anything that can take us to Krishna, let us follow it. Is you know what our Acharya said? Whatever is favorable for our Krishna consciousness, we should accept. Right? So the desire to have a kingdom was favorable for Dhira Maharaj because that led him to do this intense meditation he did on the Lord, and he got the Lord with all the blessings. Now he got the Lord blessing. The Lord has blessed him with all the realizations. He's a perfect, pure devotee now. Perfect. Generally, the Lord does not award a pure devotee material opulence, even though he may desire it. But Dhira Maharaj's case was different. His case was different. We have been saying it since. The Lord knew that he was such a great devotee that in spite of having material opulence, he would never be deviated from the love of God. This example illustrates that, listen. This example illustrates that a highly qualified devotee can have the facility of material enjoyment and at the same time execute the love of God. This, however, was a special case for Dhira Maharaj. What of Prabhupada? He's a poor man. Prabhupada is a poor man. He has opulence, which is not comparable. The whole universe is Prabhupada's house, property. The whole universe, he has house everywhere in the world. Everywhere. And he's so Prabhupada said, I wanted the whole money in the world. That's the level of his greed. The whole money in the world, give me. Did he go to hell? Did he go to hell? Prabhupada? No. Because everything belongs to who? To Krishna. And the devotees of Krishna who are representing Krishna, they should have everything because they are the one who will offer everything to Krishna, as he said here. This example illustrates that a highly qualified devotee can have the facility of material enjoyment and at the same time execute love of God. What of Pundari Vidyanidhi? Pundari Vidyanidhi, what of him? Chaitanya Bhagavat said he was born just to serve Krishna. That is the reason why he came. He appeared only to serve Lord Krishna. But look at his opulence. Pundari Vidyanidhi's trash can is gold. We have plastics. We have plastic. This is what we have. This is poverty. Trash can that we spit in after chewing tobacco is gold. Gold. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is calling, Father, Father, Father. But who is the Father? You will not know him. If you will see him, you will never know him. You will think he's a sense gratifier. Chaitanya was glorifying him. So, poverty is not Krishna consciousness, and wealth is not Krishna consciousness. The ability to use everything for Krishna is Krishna consciousness. We have both devotees who are extremely poor and devotees who are extremely wealthy. We have both. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has how many temples? 64 temples. How many his guru has? His guru, how many? 0. See? Zero, not even one, not even one. But the disciple has 64. How many disciples La Bhakti Saraswati has? How many? How many disciples? How many disciples Prabhupada had? More than Bhakti Saraswati. You see? See, we have both. We have both in our system. But they are pure devotees. They can use everything in the service of Krishna without difficulty. So Krishna gives them. So he gave to Dhira. Dhira was feeling shy. I asked for nonsense. He was feeling shy. I asked for nonsense, something useless. So he was feeling ashamed. Which is the nature of a pure devotee. A pure devotee, oh, I misbehaved, please forgive me. But Krishna, no, I know your heart. I know what you're expecting. I know your heart. So don't worry about that. Krishna said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead continued, my dear Dhruva, I shall award you the glowing planet known as the pole star, which will continue to exist even after the dissolution at the end of the millennium. Means what? Dhruva is not destroyed. Not destroyed. Nor anyone has ever ruled this planet. You see? Which is surrounded by all the solar systems, planets and stars. All the luminaries in the sky circumambulate this planet, just as bulls tread around a central pool for the purpose of crossing grains. We have here, no? We have the bull going around and fetching water. No? We don't have for fetching water also. The bull tie a rope and he go around the well, they fetching water up. Some temples they have. Yeah. So Dhruva is giving, Krishna is giving that example. It is going on. Keeping the pole star to their right, all the stars inhabited by the great sages like Dharma, Agni, Kashyapa, and Shukra circumambulate this planet, which continues to exist even after the dissolution of all others. That's how powerful Dhruva planet, Dhruva Loka is. Never annihilated. It's eternal. So Jiva Goswami mentioned that it is Vaikuntha planet. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comment in this connection that Dhruva Loka is one of the lokas like Sweta Dweep, Mathura, and Dwarka. You see? Sweta Dweep. Sweta Dweep is Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. Sweta Dweep, Mathura, and Dwarka. They are all eternal places in the kingdom of God, which is described in the Bhagavad Gita, Tadam Paramam Mama, and in the Vedas, Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashati Shuraya Shuraya. The word Parastat Kalpa Bhasinam, transcendental to the planet inhabited after the dissolution, refer to the Vaikuntha planet. So Dhruva Loka is where? Yeah, Vaikuntha. In other words, Dhruva Maharaj's promotion to the Vaikuntha Lokas was guaranteed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna continued. After your father goes to the forest and awards you the rule of his kingdom, you will rule continuously the entire world for 36,000 years. And all your senses will continue to be as strong as they are now. You will never become old. In other words, Krishna is saying what? What is Krishna saying? What is Krishna saying? What is Krishna saying here? You should have active senses for complete sense gratification for 36,000 years without reaction. No reaction. No sinful activities in activity. No reaction for your sinful activities. It's never considered sinful. This is a benediction that demigod can also give. Huh? Demigod, no person can give this benediction. It's only Krishna can do it. And he can only do this to his devotees. Only his devotees. When one serves a Vaishnava unknowingly, one still gets the good result. And if one unknowingly insults a Vaishnava, one suffers the bad result. A Vaishnava is especially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Placing him or displeasing him directly affects the pleasure and displeasure of the Supreme Lord. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakura, in his 8 stanzas of prayer to the spiritual master, has sung Jasya Prasada Bhagavat Prasada. By placing the spiritual master, who is a pure Vaishnava, one pleases the personality of Godhead. But if one displeases the spiritual master, one does not know where he is going. It's serious. In other words, Lord Krishna has predicted what is going to happen. Sorry. I've read this one. Oh, sorry. The Lord continued. Sometimes in the future, this is a prediction. Sorry. I went to the purport about this before this. Sometimes in the future, your brother Uttama will go hunting in the forest, and while absorbed in hunting, he will be killed. Your stepmother Suruchi, being maddened upon the death of her son, will go to search him out in the forest, but she will be devoured by a forest fire. What has happened? The result of offending Dhira Maharaj when he was a prince became manifest when he became pure devotee. So it is very, very dangerous, a proper saying, a purport, to displease pure devotee. Very, very dangerous. A proper saying, one does not know where he's going when you displease a pure devotee. This happened after Dhruva, when he was a prince, just a prince. But the effect came upon them afterward. So not only Suruchi that left the body, her son also left the body. For the offense they made to Dhruva Maharaj resulted to death of 2 of them. The Lord continued. So the Lord is telling Dhruva Maharaj what is going to happen. He gave him the future. I am the heart of all sacrifices. He will be able to perform many great sacrifices and also give great charities. In this way, you will be able to enjoy the blessings of material happiness in this life, and at the time of your death, you will be able to remember me. What else do we need in this world? The most important thing for us is remember Krishna at the time of death. And Krishna has given the blessing to Dhruva Maharaj. You will remember me at the time of death. What else do we need? You remember me. Live a life full of gratification, both material and spiritual enjoyment. You have all of them. It's a devotee life. A devotee have both life. both material and spiritual enjoyment. It's all available for a devotee. And after leaving the body, one goes to Krishna. The personality of Godhead continued. My dear Dhruva, after your material life in this body, you will go to my planet, which is always offered obeisances by the residents of all other planetary systems. It is situated above the planet of the seven rishis, and having gone there, you will never have to come back again to this material world. The Sri Maitreya said, after being worshipped and honored by the boy, Dhruva Maharaj, and after offering him his abode, Lord Vishnu, on the back of Garuda, returned to his abode as Dhruva Maharaj looked on. Despite having achieved the desired result of his determination by worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord, Dhruva Maharaj was not very pleased. Thus, he returned to his home. Sri Vidura inquired, my dear Brahmana, the abode of the Lord is very difficult to attain. It can be attained only by pure devotional service, which alone pleases the most affectionate, merciful Lord. Dhruva Maharaj achieved this position even in one life, and he was very wise and conscientious. Why then was he not very pleased? We already discussed. Because he's thinking he asked the wrong thing from the Lord. So he was feeling bad. And we say this is the humility of a pure devotee. Maitreya answered, Dhruva Maharaj's heart, which was pierced by the arrows of the harsh words of his stepmother, was greatly aggrieved. And thus when he fixed upon his goal of life, he did not forget her misbehavior. He did not demand actual liberation from this material world. But at the end of his devotional service, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared before him, he was simply ashamed of the material demands he has in his mind. This is a devotee. He's a devotee. These are some of the special favors by the Lord to a devotee. Dhruva Maharaj was offered Dhuvaloka, a planet that was never resided upon by any conditioned soul. Even Brahma, although the topmost living creature within this universe, was not allowed to enter Dhuvaloka. Hare Krishna. Whenever there is a crisis within this universe, the demigods go to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shirodakasai Vishnu, and they stand on the beach of the Milk Ocean. So the fulfillment of Dhruva Maharaj's demand, Dhruva Maharaj's demand, a position more exalted than that of even his great-grandfather Brahma, was offered to him because he's a devotee of the Lord. This purport is very, very, very long. So Dhruva Maharaj said, this is the last one. Dhruva Maharaj thought to himself, to endeavor to be situated in the shade of the lotus feet of the Lord is not an ordinary task, because even the great brahmacharis headed by Sanandan, who practice Ashtanga yoga in trance, attain the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet only after many, many births. Within 6 months, I achieved the same result. Yet, due to my thinking differently from the Lord, I fell down from my position. This is the humility of Dhruva Maharaj. He felt that he didn't ask the Lord for something spiritual. He asked for something material. Therefore, he was feeling shy. He was feeling ashamed. it is natural for a devotee to be ashamed when we do something wrong, or when we feel that we are doing something wrong, or if somebody says something to us that they feel bad because of something we do, we should feel bad and apologize and beg for forgiveness. A devotee should not claim right. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. See you tomorrow. I'll finish it.